Yes, today I read my Bible. You see, to all those who have been betrayed, and to help all those who have been imprisoned by the judges, I just want to say that ignore all the cricket's critiques, which are just chirps in the dark, and know that, just as it says on the Biology Mega 1's page 110, they are just bacteriophage. You see, in the midst of a healthy contention, the contender contends without contempt of the convergence of all the stars' decisions, in order to prevent divergence which will lead to insurgence. We must all accept reality, because everything that is diverging creates some sort of virtuality. You see, not every deviation from the normal results in an abomination, because it can be an impression of good that someone needs in his propagation. You can go and check total internal reflection. You see, we just have to understand, keep ourselves calm. A straight line with no bends cannot avoid obstacles that come their way. The moral of a story is not at its end, but in its content. And if its content we are looking at, we do not look at the heading, we look at the person's action. Don't just stand there and look at me. Come closer. Because even if I become wasted, I'll still be your friend. But the question goes to you. Will you still be my friend even after this reprimand? Congratulations, all the stars. KD, I leave it to you.
Yes, Daniel. So when I take a look at our society today, I'm not impressed. So a few people inspired me to put together this piece, thanks to Michael Atuple, William Amako, Kela, Augustine Ketia, and then Derek Eje Wachivan Park. So most often than not, I get lost in thoughts, not in what I'm thinking about, rather trying to find out what I'm not. I look at our society today and my heart beats with sadness. What at all have we accomplished? Is it a progress or regress? If Odoma Kuma should come down today, he would ask many questions, and obviously he'd be oriented by our answers. Nothing would say would justify our carelessness, and we'll ultimately have to face his justice, because the world today is by our choices and not chances. Since we chose the wrong path and we are facing the consequences. Instead of training children, we resorted to rearing kids, and I pity the next generation if these people are to be our future leaders. The only solution to everything right now is Odoma Kuma's intervention. Yet for what we've done, we're not worthy of his attention. Another school of thought tells me he loves us without condition, yet we continue to break his heart without condition, because God and the devil appear to be in a rotation. I don't know what the devil could do to prohibit God, but if a man and a woman, or if a man and a man can flirt and do their own stuff without prohibition, then I don't blame God if we all die, because even Omar's telling couldn't stand a certain tradition. You could enter our tertiary institutions. Open legs are available if you have big backs. We see precious dignity as a wasteful item that is not meant to be treasured, and when you try doing things right, you surely be resented. Apparently the godly is now ungodly, and the ungodly is the new form of godly. Where at all is our age of sense of morality? For immorality and his gang have so far been successful in their mutiny. When T.I. told us one man could change the world, I said to myself that change will probably have to be the end, because we are surely about to hit an end that will be dead, and from there I don't know how we will proceed. I get furious anytime I hear anybody blame the devil. We were tempted as a result of our own desires of evil. If you ask me where the devil is, I'll say he's probably sitting in hell and he's grinning widely from ear to ear, because he's engaged in a battle he already appears to be winning. Let's consider this. One day we'll be parents, be it a father or mother. But how can a footballer be good if his training is improper? Even now we don't follow instructions to the letter. Would the glory of the latter be greater than that of the former? Let's all try to reach a common conclusion. Let's point fingers at our kind of training. Absentee parents always leave their kids behind, and they're always working, forgetting that sheep, when they go astray, can be brought onto the right path, but not children. And now we appear to be lost, because the standard of human thinking is way less than that of magnets. Even those little devices know that north and north don't need to interact, yet common sense in human mind is actually going extinct. We thank God that his grace and mercy still exist. That is not the one we knew in the Old Testament. If it was to be so, we all know what would have happened. Our parents wouldn't have lasted long enough to meet. We need to know that at the end of everything, life is a simple test, and to only be passed by those who are the best. When the Almighty starts your assessment, let's pray you have lived life